Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Alright guys, so we're planning the week of October 9 to October 15. We have this planner came from WeftandOlivePrints. I hope I'm saying it that correct. I don't want to butcher her name. I do love her kits, guys. It does come with a lot of items within it, and she does leave that little space so that you can cut them out into like actual looking kits and not just printable, so that you can carry them around. Okay, so we're gonna start with the sidebar, but of course I always start with my bottom washi, which it does take me a few minutes to get ready for it, but hey guys, it's gonna get done. Sorry if you guys can hear some Barbie talk in the background, guys. My kids are actually watching Barbies and having a little bit of dinner, but I just want to make sure that I get this done before tomorrow so I can get it up right on time. Alright guys, she is also one of the ones that puts all the day covers together, which is awesome. Like I said, awesome for my Erin content, not so awesome when I do use my weekend 4 pages from in my Kate space. That's the one that I don't like, just because I have to break it down and it takes me a little bit longer. But when I use it in here, I do tend to use my day covers. When I use it in that one, I don't. I guess I am putting the flags to cover up a little bit. I always forget to put the flag first, so I always kind of just cover it like that. Yeah guys, I know I'm still trying to get used to it. This is the planner that I used for my YouTube now found life and not for my actual life. For my actual life, I do use my other my personal planner. I love this quote that she put in, so that's why I put it in my sidebar. I also started with the glitter headers, which she does also include in her kits. Like I said, these kits do come with a lot. Sorry if you can hear my kids. Once again, I do apologize for that. I'm putting my dinners. I'm actually tracking my dinners because I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight. And so I'm trying to track that down. And also I'm doing a no spend again. I'm getting ready for the Black Friday sale, so trying to save money for that. So I do my spending. I'm tracking my spending. I'm glad that she actually has a header that talks about the spending, so I can like be a little better when it comes to it. I do track for my habit trackers. I do use my kits, so I put my daughter's name and my son's name, and then I track how well they behave throughout the week in school, and then with the babysitter as well whenever I don't watch them on the weekend. Okay, so I did give you a quick, really tiny quick preview of my So Much Crafting answers. Those are the ones that I use. This is all memory planning, guys. This like you see, it's October, so it did already happen. So everything I plan, I usually plan in my Kate Spade, and then I transfer it over to this one so I can show you guys exactly what I do. This is the week of my anniversary, but like I said, my husband is not with me at the time, so he's out of state, so I just put it. I had some printables that I haven't printed yet from the Planner Shack. As always, she always tends to have the right kind of script letters that I have, so I didn't have a chance to print them out for this particular, so you won't see it, but I'll put in a picture on my Instagram, which I'll leave this below. This is one of the first weeks that I had to feed the dogs in the morning. I was testing something out for them, so I did put the little feed dogs in the morning section. Alright guys, so I'm trying to put the planner straight so I can actually plan like that. I'm trying to get used to it. Usually I do it without the camera, so it's a little bit harder for me to do it. I did put a to-do list. I only had a few things that I had to do for the day. I did try to write everything down this time. I know last time I kind of read it at the end without the camera, so I'm trying to get comfortable practicing makes perfect, I guess. So I was able to write a little bit more down. I had a 2-mile walk that I had to do. I'm trying to be a little bit more healthier. I had to wash. I wash every day, guys, so you're gonna see that every day. And then I had to stay with my grandma's in-laws. I do speak Spanish, so you're gonna see a lot of Spanish or Spanglish here. Not me talking, but a lot of the writing, of course. I do try to fix the headers right away. I always lose track of them, so I like to keep them separated and sorted, but then I tend to forget how they're laid out, so I like to do them all at the same time. I guess I also continue with Tuesday. I put in another one of those feed the dogs, but this time I actually use some stickers for the Paper and Gumption printable store, also one of my favorites. Tend to use a lot of the same printable stores. Like I said, I use mostly printable shops. Those are the ones that are a little bit more economical for my budget, so I do use several of those. I took advantage of when there were the sales on actual print shops, but mainly I do use printables. Okay, so I did put this full sheet. I wanted to make sure that I used one that I didn't have to cover because I do love the look of that backpack. I also put a to-do headers and then a heart checklist. I had a few more things to do on Tuesday, so I want to make sure that I wrote them down. I also had my daughter had tutoring. I used the printable scripts, the same shop that I always use, which is gonna be the Planner Shop. She customized them for me, so I'm just gonna write down the time that it was that I had to pick up my daughter, so I didn't forget. Okay, so I did had a few things to do in the afternoon, well, late afternoon. So I put in another 3 heart checklist, ombre heart list. And since I only had to do 2 things at the end of the day, I was able to put in, I had to go to 2 places. So I put in the money icon so I can mark down where I was gonna go, which I was gonna go do some grocery shopping, and also I had to stop by Costco so I can do a little bit more damage to that store as well. I had to wash, like I said, I wash every day, guys. Sadly but true, I do wash every day. I also had to some cleaning and dusting around the house, so I wanted to make sure that I put that in there as well. Wednesday is also trash day, so I want to make sure that I took out the trash cans, so to make sure, since my husband's not here to take care of it, I have to make sure that I don't forget. I also had to clean my closet, and since that was the last thing that I had to do, I used a page flag so I can take a little bit more space. I didn't have to write it down. This is a little closet icon. It is from Paper Gumption as well. I also wanted to make sure that I listed whatever I had for dinner, which I believe one day I had pasta and then beans and rice for my kids. Not cooking for a lot of people, so I'm just cooking whatever it's easy and good. I also had some chicken. Moving on to Wednesday, guys, okay, so on Wednesday I did have some Happy Meal, right? So I did put a little box that did come in the kit along with just wrote down the Happy Meal, of course. I also put a full box. I'm still doing the weightless challenge, so I do mark it down in there as well. This time I didn't want to cover too much of the full box, since it is pretty nice and I do like it. So instead of putting half box, I just put a flag along with the weigh-in, which I did lose some weight, so I'm pretty happy about that. I also marked it down that I was at Total Motivation, which is the club that I do go for it. I'm putting a icon to mark down exactly what happened. I do put also a to-do list to mark down all the items, the rest of the items that I had to do for the day. My daughter had tutoring. She has tutoring every Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so I did had to put another half box with that. I did use the same script that I used for Tuesday, which is from the Paper Shack printable planners. Sorry guys, my allergies are acting up a little bit, so you'll be able to hear them a little bit more. I was gonna put the 3 heart checklist, but I decided to put, because I can't find my whiteout, and that's why I haven't been whiting out any of the dividers. I think that's what they call. So I decided to put that tutoring first, and then put all the 3 items, all the 3 places that I had to go, which I had to do some x-rays, I had to do some shots, and then I had to put the trash cans inside, because I kind of been forgetting to put them inside, so I had to write it down on my planner in order for it to happen. We also had a parade for my daughter at the nearest high school that it's by where I am. So I was able to mark that down with a half box, and then I had to stay with my mother-in-law's once again. I do hate how my writing comes out when I write directly on right next to the coil, so I remember. So I put in, instead of writing it down about the Andressa High School, I actually put it on the sticker papers, and then I wrote it down right there. I believe I did the same thing with the last section, if I'm not mistaken. It's just that my writing gets so ugly once I'm writing next to the coil, and that's why I did it that way. I guess heading back to Thursday. I started the day with another one of the little things. I had to feed my dogs once again. Whenever we sleep over at my mother's-in-law's house, I have to come in and feed them before work. So I want to make sure that I mark that down. Then I put in a full box, which I really love. It's gonna be one of my favorite ones for the kids, since the dog looks almost the same as my actual dog, which is the one that I go feed. I do have 2 of them. I also put in a to-do list. I had a few things to do. I put a heart checklist, and then I put I did the same thing as the days before, since I had I know laundry day was gonna take a little bit longer than the usual. I had to wash a lot of things. So I decided to put in a page flag, and then the Wonder Woman doing laundry. This one is actually from the Planner Shack. It's also a printable. As usual, it is a printable. I was gonna put it by itself, and she's a little bit too big. I that's why I decided also to do the page flag, and I thought it looked a little bit nicer. I had to wash the kids, my clothes, and then Charles' sheets. So I wanted to make sure that we marked it down, because since I do laundry every day, I try to make sure that I mark it. I put in a little thing, since I had a bill due for that day, which was my phone. The bill due sticker did come with the kit as well. This kit is loaded, guys. It has so many things that you need, so there wasn't a lot of things that I had to pull in. It's just my icons, just the regular ones that I do. And then I also wanted to mark that I did the homework with the kit, so I was able to mark it down on the little things. On Friday, I also had to fit the dog, so I put in the little things with the food icon, and then the same sticker with the girl with the dog from Paper Gumption. She's the one that created this one, so I think I got it on the $2 Tuesday sales, so even cheaper that way. And I use them a lot, so wanted to make sure that I started using. Friday wasn't such a good day, so I did put in a full box, and then I put in a page flag on the side. With a Wonder Woman, also from the Planner Shack, with the quote, "I can't even." That's the kind of day I was having at work, guys. So I want to make sure that I marked that down. Moving on down, I also put in a to-do list along with the heart checklist. I didn't like how close it was to each other, but I had a lot of things that I had to do, so that's the only reason that I put it right next to each other. Usually I try not to, like, it kind of bugs me when they're too close together. And I had to wash and then clean my room, and then I had to sweep. I also had to do a grocery list, and I knew that was gonna take a lot of time, so I did put a page flag with the grocery list Wonder Woman from the Planner Shack as well. I also put on a half box because I had to fix my mother-in-law's Roku, which ended up taking all day. I had to order a new book that I wanted to read, so I want to make sure I use those books are also from the kid. I ended up not washing, not doing my room, and not sleeping until I spent the whole day with my mother-in-law's trying to fix her and then which it was not easy to fix it. I started on with the weekend. I put in a little bit of washi to cover up. I was gonna put in the weekend's header or on top. I like when it has a little bit of contrast. I love putting it like that. I started with the today list since I already had my glitter header started on the top. I had to I do a little bit of couponing, so I had to pick up some coupons from the lady who sells them to me. So I also put it in a to-do list. I had another bill due, so I wanted to make sure that I put it in so I wouldn't forget to pay for it. I also had to wash once again because I wasn't able to wash the day before, so I kind of accumulated a little bit more. Since I had a little bit of time after work, I was able to take my kids out to this cupcake shop, which it is delicious, worth every penny that I pay that day. It's pretty expensive, but it was pretty worth it. I did put in a full box since at the end of the day we didn't have a lot to do. We just spent the day cleaning at the house since I wasn't able to do anything the day before, so I just marked it down with the little icon from the kid. And then I just put it clean up, which I ended up doing most of the night, guys. On Sunday, I also had another one of those weigh-ins. So I was able to put them in. I put in the same thing. I did love sorry guys, my phone is ringing. It's heavy on the phone. Sorry about that. Okay, so I did lose a little bit more weight, which I was pretty excited. I also put a to-do list. Like I said, the weigh-in day, I can't remember if I said it, but I did. It is from the Planner Shack as well. I put a to-do header with the 3-heart checklist with all the things that I had to do for that day. I had to wash, I had to do some dishes. I also had to do some grocery shopping once again. Since I did my grocery list, I had to do some grocery shopping at Walmart, so I did write that down. The girl, it's from Planner Shack. No, sorry. It's from, and I just had I had to mark that I had to stay on my mother-in-law's once again, and then I just had a little bit of pre-planning to do, so I did mark it off with a quarter box along with one of the icons that it came with the kit. I love the icons that come with the kit. Like I said, I already said it, but it is pretty extensive and it has a lot of the items that I need, so I did use most of this. Alright guys, so I'm gonna show you the end of my spread. Hopefully you guys liked it. I tried to do a little bit better. I'm still pretty new at this, so hopefully you guys liked it. I hope you do come back to my channel. I promise I'll do it a little bit better. I'll get a little bit better at this ending too. Well guys, thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you later. Have a great night.